Hey everyone, and welcome to the 74th episode of We're All in the Same Boat. I'm your host, Luke Roxwold, and today I am here with Michael.
Hey.
And Nick.
Yo, what up?
And I didn't say this in the last episode, but you can check us out on Instagram at WAITSB Podcast. We post stuff on there all the time, polls, questions, that sort of thing. So if you want to participate and be a part of this family, you can do that by following us on Instagram, WAITSB Podcast. You can also leave a review on iTunes. Just go to the podcast app, type in We're All in the Same Boat, scroll down to the bottom and hit the 5-star button. If you're not going to hit the 5-star button, then just don't do anything, okay?
But Luke, what if they don't have an iPhone?
I don't care about the ratings on anything else. So if you don't have an iPhone, you don't have to do anything. Share the episode.
That was great responsibility.
If you All the Android users can suck it.
If you think that these episodes are funny or interesting, share them.
I guess you could do some. You can do something on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah. And if you find something funny, feel free to put it on your Instagram story and tag us, and I will watch it. I promise. All right, let's start the episode. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Dude,
Hi.
Dude, I am chowing down on this Arby's. I think Arby's is my favorite fast food by far.
Really?
Like, I think Arby's curly fries with the horseradish. I think
curly fries are good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Their curly fries are legit.
I think what's like my ideal meal would be like fast food meal would be a Big Mac with Arby's curly fries and probably Mountain Dew Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
That's an interesting topic right there.
Just F me up. Just F me up.
Yeah, it's like ruin my whole life.
Right there.
In a good way.
I don't know. I wouldn't do a Big Mac. I don't think that's the best burger. I think In-N-Out.
Definitely
like
Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell are my two favorites.
Some of us don't have In-N-Out, Luke.
Chick-fil-A is good.
Dude, In-N-Out's burgers are good, but their fries were like...
Their fries feel soggy.
Their fries, you know those like fries you get like they come like chips bags?
Yeah.
They taste like those kind of fries. They're like like they're not like crunchy, but they're kind of crunchy, like in a mushy way.
I love that
Not
we're
in a
like
crispy
countering the last episode. We're like, health, exercise. What's your favorite fast food combination out of all of them?
Well, I'm traveling tonight.
That first episode. Balance it out.
Yeah, right. I'm traveling tonight, so I'm like doing this fast food. Then I gotta pack. Then I gotta clean. Yeah. And then I got a flight at 2 a.m. So,
oh man,
that should be nice.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up. Are you guys excited?
Hell yeah. Well, I already got a PS4, so I guess.
Oh, there's something else you can.
Yeah. What else do I need?
All right, you're done. You're like
family.
Yeah. Michael, are you doing anything for Christmas? Anything cool?
Just normal stuff. Hang out with my family, and then
that's not cool. That's not.
No.
Yeah, that wasn't cool at all.
It's like that's not cool. Stop. Shut up.
That's pretty disappointing.
Because Nick, you're going to Florida. You said.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna ride Space Mountain on Christmas. That's my plan.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm going back to Virginia.
That's cool, but you're making people work on Christmas. How does that make you feel?
We're planning to record another live episode. Live meaning we're all in the same room. When I go back to Virginia for Christmas, so that's going to be kind of exciting. So the next episode will be taking place in Virginia.
So Mike will be there. Who else will be there?
I think.
Shane?
Well, Shane should. He better be there. He needs to be there. I need to try and get him to come. So Shane, and then I think John is gonna join us again. He said he would.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it'd be good to have him back.
Dude, that sounds awesome. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you? I was gonna try and see if you could come to Virginia, but then I found out you were busy.
I mean, we're right next to Florida.
I would never go back to Virginia ever.
Never
ever. Nah, just to see friends. But like I don't know. I'd rather just pay for a ticket for them to come out instead.
What? We should
That's
all.
how much I love Colorado.
I was gonna say we should all go to Colorado.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
For the what was it? The 1 year episode, the 52nd episode, we all went to Raleigh because it was like close for everybody.
Right.
And we just got like a big Airbnb. I mean, you saw the vlog probably.
Oh, I saw it all right.
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, I did.
But yeah,
I liked that video.
I know the video you're talking about.
I thumbs up that sucker.
Hey, Nick, I'm going to be in Colorado on January 2nd.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where at?
Which part of Colorado?
Denver Premium Outlets Mall.
What?
Wherever that is. So I guess Denver.
Nick,
You're gonna be in Denver?
go
Yeah,
see
for
him.
like a day.
Go meet him.
Mike, I'm gonna go see you. We'll find juggling. We'll find jugglers. That'll be so fun.
Yeah, we can join the juggling troupe.
Finally,
you guys should just start juggling, and then the jugglers will show up and show you how to actually juggle.
Is there a City Creek in Denver?
A what?
City Creek?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What?
So like,
it's like water.
Do
we have water?
It's
Yes.
like a city creek is a fountain.
Well, like,
Is there a city creek here?
I work for a company called Elf. We decorate malls for Christmas. Right after Christmas, we go around tearing them all down. Not the malls, but like the decorations. And I'm looking at a schedule, but all they did is name what the malls are called. But I have no idea where these malls are.
Wait.
So
is that where you're going to all the way to Colorado?
Wait. Elf, like as in the movie?
No. Well, yeah, that word. We're called Elf Productions.
But I didn't know if it was like based on the movie, because you know how in the movie he like goes around decorating.
It's not based on the movie.
Store.
No. It's just based on like actual, like the historical.
Is that why you're going to Denver?
Elf tradition. Yeah, I'm
Which
gonna be there for
cool.
one day.
What?
I think, on the second.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you guys should meet up.
That's awesome.
The last time I saw Nick was in Denver.
Cool.
Or we love at first sight.
I will.
Mike, I
Well,
feel like have we seen each other in person ever?
No, I don't think so.
What if we hate each other? Oh my gosh.
That would suck.
You guys
What
are
if we're
both
like-
like, we're both off the podcast. We hate each other so much.
Can't
What if we
stand
were
each
both
other.
like irresistibly attracted to each other? That'd be awesome.
It'll be my first homosexual experience. Let's do it.
I'm honored.
Let's embrace.
You're welcome, everybody.
True love right there.
Luke would be like so proud.
I'll marry you.
Just walk up to you, get on one knee. Yeah, this is it.
You just see
This is
each
what I'm
other,
waiting
and
for.
that's like immediate. Oh, I know what we're doing, Mike.
The music plays.
So tell me about your television experience.
Oh yeah, it's on TV. On
All right,
Thursday.
moving on. Just kidding.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. Wow.
So yeah, my the band I play with, Keycentric, we were on Cox TV, a Cox TV channel or a show called Por Once, which means basically like at 11. That comes on at 11 a.m. And it's a Spanish show. So it was like really like chill. We just kind of got there, set up. Oh, also like Josh, who's the main guy, asked everyone to wear like red and black dress clothes. I don't have any red and black dress clothes. All my dress clothes are like blue and shades of blue. So I was like, hey man, I'm gonna come in like a navy blue. Navy blue button up. But it was good. We jammed out. We played some live music. We played.
Did they start late, and did they have two SM85s pointing at the stage?
They did
Oh
start.
my
They did
gosh.
start late.
Of course they
And
did.
They had. They matched my amp with a vocal mic. So
Of course you know this, Luke. You're dating someone who's Hispanic, so you know.
She obviously knows
ready
what it
for the
means to
ghetto-ness.
mic a stage in Hispanic worlds. No, Mike said that the last episode. Actually, I asked Ruji about what the channel meant, and she said, yeah, it means 11 at 11. So it's like
At
channel
11.
11 at 11.
it's a really like creative name.
But it's like
yeah, it was fun.
yeah. It's like a stereotype that Hispanic, like in the Hispanic culture, it's just like we're on our own time. We don't start on time. Like if you go
She
to a
said
movie
that
theater,
to me today. She
Yeah,
said
if-
I'm on Cuban time, which means she's 30 minutes late everywhere.
Apparently, every like people group has that. Like I've heard that for church people, colored people, Hispanic people.
yeah,
every
CPT
people.
baby, color people time.
Dude, so the funny thing is,
What about white people? Do I get to be late?
No, y'all are early.
That's
It's
why white people are in
annoying.
charge of the world because they
'Cause
arrived on time to the war. They won.
Gosh,
The
so
thing about
annoying.
it is, not only am I white, but I'm also a military brat. So it's like,
Yeah, you're always on
chop,
time.
chop, go.
I'm
That's
literally
the worst.
I'm Hispanic and a military brat, so I'm literally on time like half the time. Like I'm usually on time, but sometimes
You're
I'm
at
just
war
not.
with yourself. Yeah.
No,
Like,
like,
it's I'll just be sitting there, like, oh crap, I gotta leave. And sometimes I'm like an hour early. There's no in between.
When I remember when I was a kid that my dad on like Sunday was like, all right, guys, we are going to church at, and it wasn't 9:15, it was like 9:12. Because that's exactly how much time we needed to get there 5 minutes early. And when I say leave at 9:12, it meant that the van had all the children in it, was like pulling out of the driveway at exactly
At
like
9:12.
It's like a 9:11. Oh, bad, I'm wrong time.
Oh my gosh.
I was
I
gonna
didn't
say,
plan that.
no, I didn't. No, but like you pull out, it would be like 911.
Right.
I don't know. And then like as soon as the car started, it was like 12, and then it was like, get out of here.
You said 911.
Time was just waiting for your dad to turn the key
Try not to say
to move forward.
911 again.
I know. You know what? Good
It's better.
save.
It's better
Good
because
save.
it's better because it's already a military family, so that's already like it's even closer.
Like yeah, no-go zone right there. So like, is it one of those where at 9:12 your dad would leave without you?
It was like I think we were all afraid of what would happen if we went.
Yeah, I think
in
he
that
just
car.
beat you out there.
You just drag
I guess we're
you.
gonna be late to church today.
Yeah. So I'm used to this sort of, like, let's go on time, let's move.
The
But
funny thing though, like about me being like, I don't look Hispanic. So I used to go to this church, and the campus pastor was Hispanic, and he knew I was Hispanic, and like I like ran out of the church to do something like 3 minutes before it started, and I was playing in the band. He's like, Mike, you gotta get in there, you're gonna be late. I was like, don't worry, bro. I'm on white guy time, not Hispanic people time. But like I yelled that across the parking lot to several people. He laughed, but then I realized everybody else, I'm just a white guy making fun of Hispanic people to the pastor of this church.
That's
I'm
it.
yelling across, like I probably look so racist. It's awful.
Man, that sucks. You kind of look Hispanic, Mike.
How
I
was
see
it though? Like
Hispanic people know that I'm Hispanic, but no one thinks it when they just see me.
So
Right.
playing on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Did it all go well? Nothing went wrong?
I misharmonized the last note. So like,
Oh no.
so we were playing like this 2 songs. One was something, I forget what they were, because I don't remember which one was which. One was "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen," like a I pickups, like a jazzy version. The other one was, I think, My Favorite Things. And
Okay.
we planned on doing one "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen," maybe 2, and then if we did 2, we'd do the other song, and I was gonna play like a little like soft guitar outro. So at the end of "God Rest You Merry Gentlemen," I couldn't remember what song we were playing. So when I felt like we were ending, I started going to like a little soft little solo. So we ended on the 6th chord. I think it was a C minor, and I played an F, like an F note over it, because I thought we were gonna go back down. So it might have sounded kind of awkward. I've been thinking about that for a week.
It's so funny. It's like I saw one and it had this person making this really like sour face, kind of like he ate something that was really sour. And it just said, when you hit the wrong note and you got all your reverb and delay on.
It's a mistake repeater.
It's just like, you're like, ooh, that's just going to ring out.
Luckily, I had no effects on my guitar because it was acoustic, so whatever bad
Okay.
note it hit was only one time. But yeah.
Is there any video that we can see of it?
Yeah, it'll be online probably by now, actually.
I was going to say, this whole
find
TV thing
it.
could have just been a lie. You're like, yeah, you can't watch it. I'm not going to tell you when it was. I'm not going to tell you what channel it's on. It's done. Yeah, I don't know if it exists anymore.
Yeah,
it's just on
I
TV
don't really
somewhere.
I'll search it.
I'm just imagining like a super sketchy studio. It's like, yeah, get over there on the stage. Yeah.
Oh, so it actually was at like the Cox headquarters or whatever. I don't know how to say that.
Ooh.
That's something awkward. But like,
Cox. It was at
Yeah.
the Cox headquarters. What kind of headquarters is that, Michael?
Don't emphasize. Jeez.
Cox. Okay. Where did you go, Michael? What kind of music video was this? Cox music video?
Stop. Everyone stop.
All right. So
hey,
I
kids
saw.
from my youth group, stop listening now.
Yeah. So I saw.
It's too late.
I tried to figure out what makes someone super cool. Like, there's obviously a lot of things people can do.
Being
trying
on
to think
TV
of, like,
for one.
Look at me.
Sure, being on TV,
Emulate me.
being like me, yeah.
Being like Nick.
No, so I saw somebody this morning, and I thought, that is definitely something that you can do that makes you super awesome. So it was like this older guy. He's like, I don't know, probably in his 50s or something like that. So one, it's like, all right, this old guy, he's out walking around first thing in the morning at like, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? That's cool. Like getting exercise, even though you're getting old. Not really that old, but you're getting a little old. But here's the thing. This is what made him cool. He had a dog, and it's like, oh, what? No. He had a dog that walked in front of him with no leash on. This dog never has a leash on. It's just like with him. And I think
pretty boss.
if I could do that, like just take my dog for a walk and be like, all right, go on, man. And the dog would just walk beside me with no leash. And like it was almost like the dog was on his own and the man was following the dog. And I was like,
You have a lame definition of cool,
how do
Luke.
you
That's
train?
not cool.
How do you train a dog to do that?
I don't know, but that
That's
doesn't make
awesome.
him cool.
I think that
looks
is
like-
the coolest way to walk a dog.
That's lame.
That is the coolest way to walk a dog. That is the coolest way.
If
Well,
I
dude-
could walk a dog, the only thing that would be cooler is if the dog was big enough that you could ride on it.
I was gonna say, what you need to do is you need to get a
Now
wolf.
that's cool.
And do that. You need to get a wolf and train him to walk with you. That is when you're hardcore.
Yeah, that's
It looks
that's
like
just
oh
BA
no,
at
but
that
the
point.
dog looked like a wolf.
Oh, it's like a big husky. Yeah, that's
It,
hardcore.
it
then.
wasn't. It wasn't a husky, but it just. I don't know what type of dog it was, but it kind of looked like a wolf.
Next, if you find a guy riding his own dog through like the boardwalk or something, then give me a shout out.
Like a warg from Lord of the Rings, like
something.
Giant wolves.
Just something ridiculous.
So what? Okay, so if that doesn't make you cool, what does make you cool? Like, what is something that you see juggling? That's pretty cool. What's something that you see someone do that's super cool?
It's definitely subjective. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think when people, I like bikes, so when I see people on bikes, I'm like, dang, that's cool. I like that bike.
Like when they got the neon shirt and the back, the helmet that's really long in the back.
And they're not douches about it. They're just like, very casual. They're not like revving their engine. They just like, this is an awesome thing.
A motorcycle.
Not a motorcycle. No, like a crotch rocket. So, yeah, something like that.
It's not a bicycle, but like a little motorbike.
We're trying to picture this. We're trying to imagine.
Do you not know?
Cool.
Yeah, crotch rocket just means it's a really fast bike, basically.
Is a crotch rocket not a motorcycle though?
No, the crotch rocket. I thought the crotch rocket was the one where you sit back.
That's a lowrider.
No, yeah, it's a lowrider.
All right, motorcycle experts.
It's literally the term.
We said first we're talking about cocks. Now we're talking about crotch rockets.
I don't know what you're trying to say,
right.
Luke.
Yeah, the crotch rocket is like the super, like the super fast
Ducati. Ducati is a great example.
It's like the Ferrari version of a motorcycle.
Right. Exactly. There you go. Ducati is a great example, but I guess I don't know if that's technically, because when I think motorcycle, I think black leather jacket, Harley.
That's a fat boy motorcycle.
Fat boy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna start saying. Okay, crotch rocket motorcycle versus fat boy.
I don't know why is it called the crotch rocket?
But for some reason,
because it's small and it's a fast.
I love those things. I think those are cool. I think Teslas are cool.
Should their clothes match their motorcycle?
No, that's kind of lame. Like, just be casual about it.
Wait, do you guys remember a show called Kamen Rider?
No.
Kamen Rider was like the precursor to Power Rangers.
And
it was this Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider.
I'll send you a picture of it. So basically, these guys, and they ride on motorcycles.
This is fake.
It was like it kind of looked more like Beetleborgs, actually.
I don't
they were
believe
super
this.
dope.
I just
like
googled
armor would match their motorcycle.
So lame.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Kamen. You shut your mouth, Nick. You don't know anything.
Oh, like Kamen Rider. All right.
Power Rangers look so much better than this. These guys look like
That's something
literal
I never
insects.
thought I'd hear someone say
like
ever.
Beetleborg Power Rangers. Yeah.
Wow, Power Rangers is so much cooler than this.
Look how lame this is. I'm just saying. This makes Power Rangers look cool.
Yeah.
It's on a spectrum. It's all on a spectrum.
Why are you bringing this up, Michael?
I don't know. Well, their clothes match their motorcycles.
They have a
their
crotch
color
rocket.
schemes match their motorcycles. And they
They're
all ride
cool.
motorcycles.
Wow, they're pretty cool,
so
Nick. Wouldn't you
cool.
say? Look at them with their motorcycle.
My gosh,
Dude,
look how
his clothes
cool they
match
look.
his motorcycle. His powers match his motorcycle's powers.
He has a crotch rocket. His show is probably on Cox.
I want to see if you could buy. So you can buy this on Amazon. You can buy an action figure on Amazon for $50.
Yeah, they're intense action figures. They're like these are like the nerd action figures.
Oh my! What?
Nice voice.
Oh my god!
Dude, I am in shock.
There's like what? It's a Kamen Rider.
The
Reddit.
used ones are going for $50.
There's a Reddit for this. FYI.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. It's popular.
You can get them in Tokyo for $100. What is going on?
Well,
Kids,
it's like a really high
don't
quality
buy
action
this.
figure.
If you want to know what's cool, it's the people that watch this show.
Oh,
That's what
my
makes
Stop,
somebody
like,
cool.
looking at things on the podcast. I just realized
This is a
we keep like talking about things we're looking at on the podcast that no one can
Yeah,
see.
people just Google it. It's
Dude, go Google Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider.
This is amazing. I am.
PS4 game? What?
PS4.
Are you serious?
Nick, buy it. You just got a PS4.
I know. Apparently. Oh my gosh! I am just in shock that this action figure, these people, are worth
do you mean
more
these
than
people?
$1.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean these things, whatever they are, these Kamen Riders.
looking this up. This is so
Kamen, right? Yeah.
What? They have a Scrabble game?
What the heck? Man, I missed all of this.
Well, they do have one for PS4.
Did
I'm looking
Power
right at
Rangers?
it.
Did Power
Why
Rangers
have I
just
never heard of this?
just overshadow these guys? Basically, like these guys were not really heard of.
I think Power Rangers was heavily inspired by it. I don't know if it was connected to it.
It's kind of like Pokemon
this is
over
before,
Digimon.
This is
vibe?
before Power Rangers.
Yeah, this is before Power Rangers.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
But
This
the
is
show
insane.
has kept going on. I think it's still going.
Wow. Yeah, I'd never heard of this, dude. This is crazy. Wow.
Do you remember Ultraman Giga?
Well, now we know how to be cool.
Man, Mike, you're a nerd. You said Ultraman what?
Giga. Ultraman
First,
Giga.
Oh my
Power Ranger
gosh.
inspired guy. That's not Ultraman. That's just a cool looking guy from.
so the first thing for the show came out in 71.
Wow.
So this is old.
So Ultraman Giga was this guy who would he lived like in a world in Japan, kind of like Godzilla, like Godzilla level monsters would come attack the city all the time, and he would like turn into an epic a giant version of himself and just like fight them with his karate skills.
What
It was
he had,
awesome.
he had
his
karate
ninjutsu
skills?
He
So it was
played
like-
ninjutsu skills.
So like
This is
Pacific Rim style, he would like transform kind of vibe. Like, and he
So-
was huge.
Yep.
I
He
think
got like
we have
shot
talked
by
about.
a giant space comet.
This is so
That's how he got
cool.
his powers.
Let's move on.
It's not that cool. No one here is
So-
cool. We're all nerds.
Have you guys heard of the band? I was listening to this band earlier, and I just want to recommend them to our
Nickleback. Nickelback. That's who you're listening to.
No.
No.
I've seen your Spotify, Luke. I know these things.
Actually, someone was telling me once that my Spotify was set to just share onto my Facebook or whatever, or it's like a
yeah.
yeah. But I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care. I listen to Taylor Swift sometimes. I don't care. You can know.
You should probably care about that.
I don't really care.
Probably
I
care a
listen to
little
what
bit.
I don't care at all. Zero. So the
don't
band that
believe
I
you.
was listening to that you would have seen if my Spotify was shared is have you guys heard of Royal Blood?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like
I was just
And
listening
aren't
to
they
them earlier.
They're so good.
yeah.
Like I really like them a lot.
So one of
and
those
so-
3 bands that I auditioned for, we just covered one of their songs.
Which
So,
one? Figure it out.
Yeah.
I love that song. I just
Yeah.
love how it ends.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
as
a badass
as a band
song.
to recommend, like just to recommend to everybody, if you haven't heard of them, Royal Blood. They've been around for a little while. One of their songs came out. It was a long time ago, actually, that song was popular.
Really?
Like maybe early 2015, I think, is when that song
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out.
2014, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember listening to it on the radio, but I didn't listen to them very much, and I just went back and started listening to their songs, and a whole bunch of their songs are really good.
Yeah, they're kind of
I like
like
'em.
they're one of those bands where it's hard to find a bad song because
Mm-hmm.
they're just really good writers together. Those two.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, because it's just 2 people.
Yeah, man. I was actually talking to one of the bandmates how they do what they do. I don't really get it, but he has like 2 amps and he does the bass and the guitar at the same time, and he also sings.
That's so insane.
It's pretty wild, but
He's like, "Hey, drummer, drum. I'll do everything else."
yeah, it was basically it. I'm gonna do everything
dream.
else. Yeah, because like when you listen to like their live stuff, you're like, wow, you guys really fill out the sound really
Does
well.
he play octaves or something on the bass?
Yeah, something like that. I don't understand it honestly, but
Oh, wow,
it's like
that's
2 amps, and he's got one to the bass, he's got one to the guitar. He plays them at the same time with octaves or something like that. I don't know how he does
Oh,
it, but
technically,
He probably uses tracks.
yeah. You could. Here's what you could do. You could play the bass through your bass amp, and then have another connection going to your guitar amp, but then have an octave, like a pedal to make it an octave higher, and then you could just
Something-
play the bass, and it would sound kind of like a guitar.
maybe that's exactly what it is. That sounds
Probably
that sounds right. I don't know. I
He
don't know
probably
how
also
it works.
has a like a EQ cutoff, so like he takes the highs out of the guitar, the bass amp, and then the lows out of the guitar amp, so it's not too muddy. I don't know. There's a lot of things he could do.
he plays a bass. Like
Right.
he plays
Yeah,
a
no,
bass guitar.
I'm saying like but he like splits the frequencies from
Yeah.
each amp. I don't know. He probably also runs tracks. Every band runs tracks. There's no shame.
Yeah, who knows? But I mean, I've seen a lot of their live stuff, and every time I watch them, I'm just like in awe because I don't understand how they fill out the sound so flippin' well.
Yeah,
So-
really, they do a lot of. I don't know what to call it. I don't know the musical term for it. Like I know the way the notes are arranged to do this, but I don't know like the technical term. But it's a lot of emphasis on 4 and. So it's like on the upbeat. So
Right?
it's like
yeah.
maybe the bass will be playing and it'll be like dun 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 dun, and it hits that ba-bum, like that up note.
Yeah.
And I really like that kind of thing.
They always like hit
And-
out on that note. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like and it's really I really like them. So if you guys are looking for a band to be recommended, we recommend that band and Nickleback.
And
Dude,
we were just talking
Nickelback is
about Nickelback
underrated.
earlier. Yeah, we were just talking about Nickelback earlier, and like
'Cause, like-
trying to give them something like,
Well, no,
hey,
the
their
song was
drummer's
pooping
pretty
on them,
good.
but then we were like, well, their guitar solos are pretty good. Actually, their vocals aren't that bad. The drummer's pretty cool. Like,
They
No,
are
I said,
very good
I
at what
said
they do.
Their guitar is good, and then their drummer is good. But the thing that's so funny though is they have this song like Photograph. It's like this sad song.
Look at that photograph.
But no, he sounds
so
like
bad.
he sounds so mad. He's like, look at this photograph. And you're like, oh, okay.
He just kind of sounds like that, though. That's the thing. That's why it's people just make fun. I mean, people just give him the shaft. They make fun of him like crazy. There was
Well, they had the worst thing happen to them, which is, it became
website?
popular. No, is there a website? What's the website?
is Nickelband the worst band ever? And it literally .com, and you literally went there and just said yes, all caps. And
They
I
became a
I
meme.
think they took it down. They got it taken down.
Yeah,
Is
the thing
Nickel-
though is like the worst thing that can possibly happen is it becomes common knowledge that you're bad. Like a joke. It's a joke how bad you are.
yeah, they're
You know?
meme.
That's like the
Yeah.
worst thing. It would be like cancel your band or embrace it, or like become a new band. At that point,
Just change names, keep everybody the same.
so
call
this
yourself
is-
quarterback, quarter front, dime front.
Like, well, okay. So I remember I gave him a chance, and what I did was I saw that they were doing a live show on DirecTV, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna see what they sound like. Let's do this. I really like Daniel Adair, separate from the band. He's their drummer. I really appreciate his drumming outside of the band because I heard a lot of his stuff when he was doing the Sabian stuff, and his drum solos are really well put together. I turn on the show on DirecTV. The first thing I see and hear is the lead singer, I forget his name, just be like, all right, let me see them titties out there. And he just all these like blotted out, like blurred titties, just like,
Wait,
like,
the lead
what
singer
is
of
going-
Nickelback said this?
Yeah, Chad, what's his face? He just
Of
like,
course,
all
his
right,
name is Chad.
quote, all right, let me see them titties out there. And I'm like, yep, and I turned it off.
Wow.
Didn't even hear a song. That was the first thing I heard, literally. I'm like,
Man.
wow, they really are pretty trashy. So if you're a Nickelback fan and you go see them live and they ask you to show your titties, just don't. You don't want to be that person.
If you're a guy, do it.
Yeah. If you're a
Only
guy,
if you're a guy.
yeah, all you.
Teach them a lesson. If they're a girl, don't do it.
This will
on-
teach you.
I just can't. I don't know. Is that
What
like, that was my
what started it? Like, what got them to be this awful? Like
Because
a
everyone
meme
liked them
of
for a
being-
while.
I think
got
it just
famous.
became a meme. I think it literally just became a
But
meme.
I wonder how. Like, what happened?
Memes were barely even a thing back then, which is funny.
Yeah.
But they were before the meme. They were like one of the first memes.
I have no
Such a
idea.
weird
I don't
band.
know.
Such
if,
a
I don't
weird
know-
band.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the website. I don't know if it's because they're trashy or they seem trashy. I don't know if they're because from what I hear, they're very good at their generic sound. Like it's just super generic
Well,
rock.
the only thing I would say about it is like it's not that generic because everyone recognizes them. It'd be like saying,
That's true.
you know, like Green Day. Everybody on Earth knows who Green Day is, and when you hear it, the singer, you know it's is Billy Joe
Billy Joel.
Armstrong.
Billy Joe. Hey, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Yes.
I always
I
want
know.
to say Billy Joel.
yeah, right.
No, but so like everyone recognizes his voice. Everyone knows his voice. And then like Nickelback is the same way. Everyone recognizes his voice.
So what you're saying is Nickelback is iconic.
They're easy to recognize. The Room is easy to recognize.
That's for sure. I think the thing about Nickelback that people probably don't like in a lot of ways is you could probably see one show of theirs and then see them the next day and hear the exact same thing,
Right.
like to the T. So they're just a super
I was gonna
rehearsed
say, like,
generic band.
The song Friday is iconic. Like
What is
just
that?
because it's Friday.
Oh no!
So the point is,
I thought I would never hear that again.
the point is,
Whoa, wait.
the point is that just because it's iconic and everyone recognizes it doesn't mean it's good or worth listening to.
Wait, so side note, I just found this video of
I'm scared.
it was How You Remind Me and Someday both played at the same time in the same video, and they're like
Oh,
the exact same chord progression and structure almost.
Yeah, that's not that uncommon though.
Yeah, have you heard those guys who did the four chord song? And they do like 30 pop songs.
Well, the thing about it is most
chords.
melodies can go to a set number of chords.
Yeah, people cap on that. Like Ed Sheeran did a video where he's like, "Oh yeah, you can play like all these songs with the same 4 chords." It's like, duh. There's only
it's actually not that hard. Yeah,
there's only 6 chords really, and then it was add a diminished chord. No one wants that. Like, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, that is a big thing. Everyone's like, dude, you can play all these songs in the same chords. It's like,
there's only
because of the mathematics of the notes we tend to like in melodies all fit around the same progression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus,
there's only 6 like basic chords. Every other chord is just a variation of those 6.
What are the 6 basic chords?
Well, it's all in the same key. So if you're in the key of C, it's C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and then B diminished if you want to be fancy.
Right, but nobody wants that.
Usually people will play like a G over B instead of a B diminished.
Right, that's what I do because I'm simple.
Yeah. And I think like the math part of it, and also like there have been studies done on just like why we like appreciate and enjoy like 4/4, or why we like 4 chord songs and stuff like that. It's just easier for the brain to follow.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like a heartbeat.
You like it when you can anticipate the next part, but also you like it when you can't.
Well,
some weird thing. That means it's so subjective.
When I don't know what it is, but I know like Rush. The reason people enjoy listening to Rush, myself included, I think, is because you anticipate something and it throws you off, but it's still mathematically correct.
Oh yeah,
correct. And so it throws you off, but then you're like, "Whoa, this is even better than I thought it was."
Exactly. Like I love when I listen to a song. Like I'm always thinking about what I would do. I guess I was like, "Oh, it'd be cool if they did this." And like I was listening to our last night's cover of "Stressed Out." Which, by the way, if music was a competition, they would have like beaten 21 Pilots at that song because they did it amazingly. But I was listening to it and I was like, oh, it'd be dope if they like went into like a super heavy chugging part here, and then they didn't. They went to like this weird like radio affected vocal with like this like down part, and it sounded so dope. And I was like, whoa, it's even cooler than I imagined.
Well, see, that's why editing is the same way for me, because I'm always thinking about the way I would edit something. And the movies and TV shows that I like best are the ones that do something different than I expected. Like when I'm watching Breaking Bad, always comes back to Breaking Bad, I'll watch and I'll think, oh, I know what's going to happen here. I would cut to this angle and I would edit it this way and I'd do this with the music and show this reaction. And Breaking Bad will do it different, but I'll be happier with the way that they did it than the way that I anticipated them doing it. It's the same like with the music, where I'm like, yes, that's even better, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the best feeling.
Breaking Bad was definitely one of those shows for sure, where you just never really knew what was going to happen next.
Yeah. Well, even just editing wise, like the shots that they like,
absolutely
the ending of Crawl Space, where the shot, I'm not going to spoil it, but like where it, you've seen the whole show, right?
It's like, if you haven't seen it yet, what are you doing?
Yeah. So, but you know the shot where it's like he's in the crawl space and the camera just keeps pulling away.
Yeah.
And it keeps pulling and pulling further and further away until it's going out of the house. Mm-hmm. And then like having that shot cool. at that moment with that music, with that build up, with that ending, with that acting. Perfect. I just love it.
Yeah. I think Ozymandias, the climax of the show, that was probably the best 40 minutes of television I've ever seen in my entire life.
So good.
Or 48 minutes. And it was directed by Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
Good old Looper, and unfortunately The Last Jedi.
You didn't like that movie?
No. Well, so I'm one of those people where I didn't like it or hate it. Yeah, exactly. I was just like, it was okay. But then there were people who came out as like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Or they were like, this is literal crap. I'm going to poop on it. Like, what the heck?
Here's the thing.
Let me tell you.
Wait. Are we about to get into a Star Wars debate right now? Is this happening? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Well, okay. The problem I have with The Last Jedi.
I am so ready right now.
First of all, I think like production-wise, it's excellent. I think it looks really good.
Yep.
Like the music's awesome. Like it's Star Wars music. You can't go wrong. The dogfights are pretty cool. Like the story is but I don't really care about that. Also crate. The whole crate scene looks beautiful. Like
what scene?
The crate scene, like the last scene on that salt planet. Yeah. That's like one of the coolest looking scenes I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be super biased or anything like that. I love I'm biased to love Star Wars. So it's not like I'm just like having a knee-jerk reaction. But here's the thing. They set up so many things in the first movie. They asked all these questions, and they like build up all these things like, oh, who is Snoke? Who is Rey? Like, what's Luke gonna do? Blah 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 blah. What's this? And then in the next movie, they
almost none of it matters.
Well, yeah, none of it mattered, but it wasn't in a cool way. It wasn't like, oh, what's it gonna be? Oh, this is cool. Then I thought, oh, that makes sense. It was just like, it was literally them saying like, oh, we were just like kind of building your hopes up, but nothing really matters. It's fine. Like it felt like they were playing a prank on me.
Well, it was like the whole movie was like a nihilist movie.
It was like, but it wasn't even like
nobody's a
movie.
Jedi, nobody's special. Everyone just is anyone could have the Force.
But it was in a
like
terrible
weird,
way.
What a weird tone that it had.
It wasn't. They didn't do it in a good way. It didn't feel like the movie was saying something. It felt like the director was saying something. Like, screw you guys. Like, it didn't feel like a movie.
I think the people that applaud that, I don't know. I think they're lying. I think they're
the only
it's
thing
different.
I will say this though. I did find it very like fun to watch the movie because I knew everyone was trying so hard to guess the ending, and then it was nobody guessed that nothing would be important. Because it's like, how do you make a twist when everyone's expecting a twist? You get rid of the twist, you know,
or just make a good twist.
Well, they didn't do it in a good way.
Marvel does it well.
When they said that Rey was nobody, I like that. Like, I liked how they did
I mean, that was my first theory of who Rey was. I didn't care. I didn't care that like they like proved our theories wrong. Like it was like being rickrolled. It's like, oh, like this isn't what I wanted at all. This isn't a real shark eating a octopus. This is just a stupid music video. Oh, this isn't Star Wars. This is just a stupid video.
I know I have no desire to see the third movie. I still haven't seen Solo. I watched
Solo
Rogue
was better
One.
than The Last Jedi. For sure.
I watched Rogue One and I left.
Solo. I didn't watch all of Solo, but
Solo.
the editing was like some of the worst editing I've seen in any Star Wars movie ever.
Well, didn't they have to go through a few directors for that?
Yeah,
that was the issue.
So here's
and
the
then
thing.
with Rogue One, they had to like reshoot it 6 months before it released.
Rogue One, I did not like Rogue One.
I did not like that movie either, and I am
liked it.
apparently one of the few in the world.
Yeah, everyone says it's great. I'm like, no, it's not.
Like, yeah, where is it great?
When
when
everyone's dying, I was just like, all right, whatever.
The Rogue One's not amazing, but it's good. Like I liked it. I was entertained. I thought it was.
I was entertained by Darth Vader at the end, and that was it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool.
I loved when the stormtroopers put a sack over the blind guy's head. He's like, what are you doing? I'm blind. I like laughed for like 5 minutes in the theater. I couldn't get over that.
Wow, that guy's still laughing at that joke. Look at him go.
That's literally what my friend said. He's like, dude, stop. It's not funny anymore.
Speaking of movies, a new trailer came out that just dropped for the Hellboy movie that is coming out. Did you guys watch the other Hellboy movies?
I think I watched the first one, but I fell asleep.
I wasn't allowed to. I was homeschooled.
Because it had the word hell. It's like Satan. It's like Harry Potter.
I don't think my parents actually said anything about it, but I came to the point where I just assumed that anything that looked cool, I wasn't allowed to watch.
That's pretty. Yeah, as someone that was raised in a conservative Christian household, that sounds exactly right.
I thought Lord of the Rings was bad.
Guys, it looks so. Oh yeah, I did too. But it's like, guys, it looks so cool. I probably can't watch it.
Exactly. That's literally my thought process. I remember when Lord of the Rings came out. My friend had like a Lord of the Rings toy. I was like, dude, you probably shouldn't play with that. It's probably evil. And then like I went a few nights later, like I like walked in my parents like watching Lord of the Rings in the living room. I was like, guys, what are you doing? This is bad.
My parents have
like,
become evil.
It's a Christian
you
author.
You weren't allowed
cool.
to watch Harry Potter growing up, were you?
I was not.
Yeah, me neither.
I wasn't allowed to read it, and then my parents were like, just let him go see it. And my dad came with me.
Yeah, because I grew up with it. I wasn't allowed to watch it. And then like when I think I was almost out of high school, maybe. I was getting close to getting out of high school. My parents ended up watching it with some of my other siblings, and then they loved it. Like,
oh my gosh.
My mom like loves it. And so it's
like,
well, thanks, Mom. Glad you enjoyed it.
I grew
up with a childhood where I didn't get to be a part of the Harry Potter.
I waited 13 years to watch Lord of the Rings. My sister could watch it when she was like 10. Where's the justice in that?
Wait, when did you watch Lord of the Rings when it was coming out?
No, when I was 13. I was like maybe I don't know when it came out, but it was a while after.
It came out like 2001, 2002, something like that.
Yeah, I was like 8 then, so a few years later.
Okay. Because I saw Lord of the Rings 1 when it was like on DVD, and then I saw Lord of the Rings 2 in theaters and then Return of the King in theaters. Like I saw the
I never saw them in theaters. That would've
I
been
saw them
awesome.
all in theaters with my mom, and she fell asleep during the first one, paid attention in the second one, and then she was so amped for the third one. She was like, man, these are great. I love this. And the third one, she was like cheering and like the loudest one in the theater.
So I need to rewatch Two Towers and Return of the King. But so Ruji is big. For those of you listening, Ruji's my girlfriend, but like she's big into Game of Thrones, but she's never watched Lord of the Rings. So I was like, oof, you got to watch it. And so
It's like watching the parody. It's like only hearing Weird Al covers instead of hearing the real songs.
Oh, get her, Mike, get her.
That's right.
She's
Game
gonna
of
listen.
Thrones is the parody. Yeah, she's gonna listen to this. Game of Thrones is the parody of Lord of the Rings. Am I right?
That's like if you
Up
heard
top?
like Smells Like Nirvana by Weird Al instead of Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Dude, just keep
I
going.
love
Just keep
it.
going.
I love it. All right,
this
but
is so good.
here's what I'll say though. So we watched Lord of the Rings 1 while she was with me, and
That's good.
I'm
Did she
gonna be
fall asleep?
honest. I don't think that movie dated that well.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean production wise or what? What do you mean?
I was just watching it going, this is a little corny.
What?
Now I have to watch Two Towers and Return of the King again.
Well,
Because I have this sentimental attachment, but if I put that aside, I'm watching it going, this is a little corny.
It's
Like
Peter
some of the
Jackson's
shots and
best
stuff, you know?
movies. Yeah. What?
No,
Think about-
no. Hold up. Two Towers and Return of the King are probably like, if I watch those, I'll be like, yeah, these are really good. But watch The Fellowship of the Ring. It's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
hokey.
It
starts
not.
super
It's the
slow.
start.
When did you
Well, the
last
reason-
watch it?
Okay, wait. I watched
Probably
it
like last year.
Yeah,
I don't know. I watch it
with,
religiously.
months ago.
Go watch it again.
I watched
and
it
think
religiously.
about if you've never seen it before and you put aside the sentimental value.
No,
'Cause,
no,
like,
no,
Dude,
if
I've
if
seen
I
it
go
so
back
many
and watch,
times.
if I go back and I watched it too, like growing up a ton. But like if I go back and watch Jurassic Park holds up.
Well,
Absolutely.
Like, I definitely realized
Lord
that,
of the
like,
Rings
Star
doesn't so
Wars
much.
was cheesy, but the thing
That
about Lord
is
of the Rings.
the worst thing you've ever said, maybe.
Okay,
Probably.
first of all,
I promise.
So the beginning of Lord of the Rings, I guess I could say everything is hokey, but that's only because like they're showing like a hokey place. But then
Like
it's like
you're
a
talking
build
about like
up.
the Shire, or
Yeah, the
the
Shire.
first movie's not meant to be like this action-packed.
Well, even
thing.
like
It's-
setting
the
up the story.
parts, it's almost too much.
And
Like some of the
It's not enough.
over the top dramatic stuff that happens. Some of the shots, it's too over the top. But the thing is, you have to set aside the sentimental value, have it, and watch it like you've never seen it before. Think about it that way, because it will feel more hokey. You're gonna show it to your kids, and you're gonna be like, "It's so awesome," and you're gonna watch it with them, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, this is."
Okay, there are some parts that are like
That
kind
is
of goofy.
literally,
That's because it's goofy,
literally
but then
not
it's
how
epic.
I'll
It's
ever
so
react
epic.
with that movie.
That's what everyone said, like 30 years ago, when they were like, "The Wizard of Oz is an amazing movie." That's
Oh,
why
I
said
never,
movie.
I never thought that was good.
I know, but people
But
back
we
in the
also
day
weren't
did.
like young when that came out.
Well, yeah. I understand that.
No,
I
but
understand,
what's a
how-
movie that was super pop? Like even any old movie that you watch, for the
Rocky
most
still
part,
holds up. Rocky's still up there as one of the greatest.
There,
of all
there will be
time.
ones that hold up, but like if you watch, what's a good example?
I'm talking about ones that don't hold up.
Yeah, because a lot of movies don't date well that were
I
like
don't
super
think
good.
the Fellowship of the Ring falls into that though. I really don't.
I feel like
Most people that won't realize that it's happened. Like if you grew up with the movie, there's so many movies that my mom grew up with that she really liked, and she showed it to us, and it was like, this is horrible. But it's because it
I
didn't
do know what
date
you mean.
well.
Like I feel that way with Star Wars. Like I love Star Wars. Like I said before on the podcast, Star Wars is part of who I am. But when I was showing someone Star Wars who had never seen it before, and it was right after like Episode 7, and then Rogue One came out. So I was like, well, I don't want to show them like 4, 5, and 6, because then it'll be like 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 7, and then 3.5. I'll start from Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and that was a mistake because
Why on earth would you do that?
I know, because
Jesus.
they're like, I'm never watching this movie.
I didn't know what
Done.
to do. I was trying to I wanted to get the full story because otherwise it's more complicated. I'm going like
mean, I
trilogy,
understand.
backwards trilogy, then like the first episode of the new trilogy, then like this other prequel between the two trilogies that I showed them. It's too complicated.
But you
Maybe
really don't. You really don't need to see the prequels. They really are just kind of a waste. They're just kind of there
Yeah,
because they just kind of they fudged it up. They really did fudge it
The
up.
thing,
and-
so as an
know.
example,
But the
did you
lightsaber
guys
fights are
did
so
you
cool,
guys
though.
ever see the original
Darth
Planet of the
Maul
Apes?
covers a multitude of sins.
Did
that
you guys
I
ever
have
see?
not.
You never saw the
original
original
what?
Planet of the Apes?
I've only seen the ending.
With
Like,
the-
original Planet of the
like
Apes.
damn you or whatever.
Right.
Like that's an iconic scene.
I
But
tried
I've
to
never
watch
seen
it when
the
I was a
actual
kid and I
movie.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, so my mom grew up really liking that movie because she saw it when she was a kid and it was like really crazy to her, like the whole science fiction side of it. But she showed it to us, and she was like, "It's really good. It's really good science fiction." And we watched it, and it's so cringy.
Yeah,
but it's
really
because it's
awkward.
old, and that's what people I think are going to think about at least the Fellowship of the Ring in 10 years.
That's a bad theory.
I know people don't believe me on that one.
It's a really bad theory.
I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't believe
I
it.
don't know,
I
Nick.
just need to watch Two Towers and Return of the King again.
I think about how
though.
that movie just freaking starts and just the iconic.
But that's because
like,
you
music
grew up
and
with it.
sure,
I don't
but
know, Nick.
also
I think I have
like
to side with Luke on this one, man. I think I'm
oh
siding with Luke.
shut up, Mike.
I'm just trying to predict the thing. I said this to somebody once. I was like, you can't. Most of the things that get predicted are not obvious. You know, it's like you have to think. If it was obvious, everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, that movie sucks." But like nobody's seen it because we all grew up with it.
What analytical lens are you using to determine that this is not going to hold up? What is hokey about it?
So when I watched it, with
name a
Ruji,
scene that you see that's hokey in your mind right
so-
now.
It's triggered. Tell me.
So
Yeah, I'm trying to like
just
break
the
this
beginning.
down.
So the beginning when Sauron's like holding the ring up in slow motion, he's just like pulling his hand up, and it's
Well, that's
like
epic.
The,
What are you talking about?
the stuff is blowing,
Yeah.
and then it shows
I've
his
hopped on the Luke
mask,
train.
and then like his like it just his head just explodes, like fire goes in front of him and stuff.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
it's just. I know it seems cool, but you got to remember you grew up with it thinking it was cool. Watch it like you've never seen it.
How is that not cool? I don't understand.
There's a fiery demon
How is that cool?
forging a magical ring.
Is that what people think nowadays? Fire isn't cool?
Okay,
If fire loses cool.
that's what I
Fire isn't
said.
cool the whole
Fire is
time.
not cool.
we don't even know what cool is, so why are we even talking about it?
Oh man, yeah, that's right. You know
what's
what's
cool?
also cool? Walking your dog without a leash. You should trust me on this.
I don't trust you on that. I don't trust you on Lord of the Rings. You
The thing
what,
about
Luke?
it, though,
just
you know when you
get
watch,
out.
like, the first
this is
season
my
of a-
podcast
you
now.
know when
Just
you-
get out of here. You don't like Lord of the Rings?
That's right.
You can
Luke-
get the hell out.
Okay, no,
get
here's
out
the
of
thing.
here.
Here's the
I am
thing. Here's the
triggered.
thing. The podcast used to be called Luke Roxwell Podcast because we didn't have a name for it. So when I removed my name from the podcast, it's kind of like, Luke, it's
You're
not
outta
your
here.
podcast.
No longer yours.
Your name's not on it.
No
You're
one's
off the
safe.
podcast.
I'm honestly,
safe.
I'm not gonna say I'm in shock because that's an exaggeration. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. That's all.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Okay.
Wait,
How about this? How about this?
I want to say something.
No.
I agree with Luke. I don't need to redact
Luke,
it. I need to change.
Did your girlfriend like the movie? Did your girlfriend like the movie?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's all I was wondering.
Okay. I just want to
I
say.
I mean, I think she liked it. I'll ask her more what she thought, if she agrees with me or if she agrees with you. She'll probably tell me tomorrow when she listens to the
I
podcast.
claimed to be on Luke's side on this because
What?
I could see how some of the Hobbit scenes are kind of awkward.
That too, though.
And Frodo and the Hobbits are a little bit homosexual towards each other. I see that.
She did point that out
But
a lot.
but so I can see that. I see that point. But then I don't agree at all with saying the intro is cheesy. The intro is freaking epic.
Yeah,
It's a little
intro's
cheesy, though.
epic.
No, it's a
the
little
Shire is a little hokey. That I will give you. After that, but that's the start of the movie.
So you know
That's
when you
how
watch
the movie starts.
You know when you watch
It's the
it-
beginning, Luke.
Stop talking. So you know when you watch a TV
This
show.
isn't your podcast anymore.
Oh my!
Gosh.
When you watch a TV show, the first episode, like the pilot, is usually a little bit worse than the rest of the show. Not
Yes.
always, but
always more
usually because
sexual,
it's like
too.
it's the first
It's
one. They're
establishing
figuring
a
out who.
lot. Yeah.
Hold on. Watch the first episode of The Office and look at how much it changed. Watch
Yeah.
the first episode of Parks and Rec and then watch it a couple seasons later. Look how much it changed. Breaking Bad is pretty consistent, but like a lot of shows, even like what's another example?
But even
you
that-
know, you hear what I'm
every-
saying.
every
Like,
TV
the
show,
first
yes.
one is not quite as good. So if I watch Two Towers and Return of the King, I feel like those were more after the first film went out and it did well. There, everyone was like, "Oh crap, these movies are doing really well. Let's really try and up it up and make these ones give these ones more attention." So like Return of the King, I feel like if I watch that one will hold up really well. I just don't think the first one holds up quite so well.
I don't think you hold up quite so well.
There you go, Mike. There you go. And that's
Got
the
me.
right response right there.
Roasted.
Gosh. I just
I'm
My blood
sorry.
pressure's going up.
I might be wrong, but I'm not lying.
I'm thinking about all the scenes that I love in that movie, and I just want to take them all
What scenes-
and throw them
What
all
scenes
at
do you love in that movie?
in like the
I grew up loving that movie, by the way.
The Rivendell with the ring when he tries to destroy it and it just bounces off, and you're like, and you just realize like, holy crap, and you're like, holy crap, this thing is real. And then the entire time you're like, Boromir, like, I don't trust this dude. He's got a weird vibe. And then freaking Frodo when he goes invisible, that freaked me out. And then, oh man, it was just, ugh.
Go rewatch it. You should watch it with someone who's never seen it before, because that kind of makes it more.
I watched it with Sarah. Or actually, no, I didn't. She still hasn't seen it, but.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the extended version right now as it sits above me. It's like one of my most cherished possessions.
It looks down upon you.
It looks down upon me. It's frowning at you, Luke.
I'm not saying that I don't like the movie. I'm just
Anything
saying,
less
like,
than
when you
absolute love is
when you go
absolute
to
hatred.
You have to realize, Luke, the way you started this conversation, you said, this movie doesn't hold up. And I said,
hold up as
you're
well.
crazy.
Okay, let me back up.
I'm going to slap you in the face.
No, stop. It's dated. It's like there's parts about it that are dated.
Oh,
Yes, there are.
Wait,
sure, maybe.
Wait,
a little bit.
production-wise? I think production-wise it holds up really well. Because they use so many practical.
Costume-wise, it does.
They use so many practical effects.
Music-wise,
it
does.
looks good.
Music is good, but like
music is timeless,
some of the acting is like overly dramatic, and it's too much. It's not subtle. Everything's really obvious, and there's too much music. There's too much music in that movie. Every single scene has music, and it's too loud. I want silence.
All right, old person. It's too loud.
Yeah.
Turn the music down.
So like the thing about Tarantino,
is it so loud in here?
One of the reasons Tarantino's scenes are so dramatic is because he pulls away all the music at the right time. The thing about Lord of the Rings 1, the first one, is there's like too much music. There's always music playing, and I love Lord of the Rings music, but it's not as dramatic as it could be because there's no silence.
Well, I think it's also
What's gonna
different
happen?
genres, though.
Yeah, that's apples and oranges in my opinion.
I mean, it's just my opinion. And my old self and my.
I respect your opinion. I just want to talk about it.
Just
That's
go
just
watch
your opinion, man.
Go watch your Quentin Tarantino.
Fine.
I'll watch my Lord of the Rings, and I'll be happy with my rightness, and you can be happy with your wrongness, and that's just how it works.
I still have to watch the other two, like rewatch them, just to see.
Return of the King is still my favorite, even though the ending of Two Towers is my favorite scene.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is the ending of Two Towers, I remember loving.
Some Stephen in Two Towers or in Fellowship of the Ring.
Two Towers.
Because I think it's at the end of the first book, so I was confused on when they happened in the movies.
No, it's not because.
Yeah, they do it differently.
Two
from
Towers
the book,
starts where Boromir's dying, and ends at Shelob.
Okay, yeah.
Or something like that. Like it goes real.
Return of the
far.
King starts right after the Battle of Isengard, which is just like halfway through the second book.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's after, you said after the Battle of Isengard?
Yeah, the Battle of Isengard is like halfway through the second book.
Right, you know
we're
when
just establishing our nerdness here.
When you're a kid or when you're younger and you're wearing clothes that you think are super cool, and then you go back and look at it in 10 years and you're like, what am I doing? That is so dorky. Why did I ever think that was cool? I felt that a little bit watching Fellowship of the Ring.
I think every movie
Nick,
of Lord of the Rings.
Let me please finish.
No,
because
you've already spoken.
You've already said your piece.
This
is the Luke Roxwell podcast, Luke.
Yeah, exactly. You already said your piece. I'm saying every single movie is a pair of jeans. It's timeless. It ain't going away. Get the F out.
Get out of my jeans.
Anyway, go ahead, Luke. What's your butt?
It's a pair of quote. Lord of the Rings is like a pair of jeans.
It is never going out of style, baby. It's a pair of Levi's. You're going to have it for years.
It's like a male suit.
Yep. Suit
Never
and tie.
changes.
Yep. Go ahead,
no, but
Luke.
I want to go back and watch Two Towers and Return of the King because the endings of Two Towers and Return of the King were like insanely good to me. Like, Ruji hasn't seen them yet, so don't spoil it. But like at the end of Two Towers, like that monologue that Sam gives, it's so good. I remember loving it, and I hope I still love it when I go back and watch it. Because if I don't love it, I'm going to be really sad.
I think really the only thing I didn't like about Lord of the Rings is that the Return of the King ending was too long, and then they cut out a bunch from the ending.
Well,
but I almost feel like that was necessary in some ways.
That's common consensus is that it just keeps there's too many endings. All right, let's move on. So, no. man, we like took that in a completely different direction.
No, that's where the conversation needed to go,
funny.
Luke.
It's so funny. Whenever I bring up my opinion on anything like this, it's like, oh, boy, here we go.
What is it that we argued about before? What was
normally
it?
it's me and Shane
The
going
Hobbit,
back
right?
and forth.
I think it was The Hobbit.
That's the last time that's the last time I yelled on the podcast. We talked about the
freaking
Hobbit.
Tolkien and Peter Jackson. We can't get away from them.
They took out Tom Bombadil.
Dude, the Hobbit movies are already like out of style. Like you talk about,
those are pretty trash.
The Hobbit movies are already out.
I'm not gonna lie, Hobbit's pretty trash.
No, but the second movie,
one's
all
cool.
the stuff with the dragon is unbelievably good.
Yeah,
so that's the
CGI
coolest part. Is like
totally
butt the whole time. CGI was like butt.
It doesn't when you watch it. When you watch it in 3D, it doesn't.
I saw it at a movie theater and it looked like terrible.
Did you watch it in 3D?
No.
I've noticed that CGI effects look way better in 3D.
I'm sure they do, but like they also look really good in IMAX.
No, 3D, they look better. 3D makes you
gets me dizzy.
I think it makes you suspend a little bit of the thickness because you see it from two angles.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it looks better in 3D, but it
looks perfect. Like I saw Infinity War in 3D, and everything looked amazing. Like all the CGI looked like it was real. And then I watched it not in 3D, and it looked horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I noticed that, and I don't like 3D that much. But I thought
the CGI in Infinity War was all right. Like it was kind of blocky at some points, but it was good enough. But
it was fine.
There were some scenes. Yeah.
When I saw the Hobbit movies, I felt like I was watching Ella Enchanted. It was like so like. Like,
it was too CGI.
It was pretty bad,
looking.
Right? Like that last movie might have been. I thought it was just a bad movie.
Oh yeah.
In general, that was just a really bad movie.
Terrible.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That's the only one that I liked because at that point I was so fed up. Because like at that point I was like, you know what, this isn't The Hobbit. I'm just gonna watch whatever this is. And it's a really weird battle scene with a moose. An elf is riding on a battle moose. I can get behind that. So,
just you describing it sounds horrible.
Dude, Legolas ran up falling rocks. That was awesome. There were rocks falling off a bridge.
Have you guys seen like the behind the scenes for The Hobbit? How like Peter Jackson was just like, yeah, I don't really know what I was doing. I just kind of put this here. I did this over here, and that was kind of the movie. He just like dropped a bunch
of blocks with like words on them on the floor. And I was like, all right, that's the script.
I felt bad for him because he just kind of was given a piece of crap, honestly.
So to go back to Hobbit 2, the reason I like Hobbit 2 is like, yeah, there's things wrong with it, but it hit the things that I wanted it to hit, and like that's a big part of it. And I have to rewatch those too. I have to watch all of them again and see how I feel.
They also ruined. What do you mean they hit the things they wanted to hit? They showed Bjorn and ruined him. It was a tall, skinny wolf man. Does that not look like what Bjorn's supposed to look like? And Radagast was like all Radagasting everywhere where he wasn't before. The white orc was white orc.
Oh, Radagasting all over the place.
Man, you're like upset about this, Mike.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
This makes me angry. There's like elf dwarf romances going on with an elf that barely even existed. Legolas is in there for no reason. He didn't even live there at the time.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb,
like
right?
He's just kind
of there, and you're like, why are you here? But I mean, I'm glad you're here, but why? Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
The barrels scene was kind of cool though. I'll give them that. Yeah, because they used GoPros like on barrels actually floating in the water. It was a pretty cool shot.
Oh, actually, I will say I hated that though, because when I was watching it in theater, I 100% was like, "That was a GoPro."
The quality difference was like way worse. It was
so awful. It was like seeing it go from high quality to just this like internet video.
Yeah, it definitely. I can see the
difference.
So terrible. I appreciated at least like the innovativeness, innovation.
Okay.
That word.
It was. I remember seeing it though. Like I said that in the theater. You know, I was like, "That was a GoPro."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was kind of the same thing with what was it? Oh, I just lost my train. Oh, episode 1. If you watch the behind the scenes on that, George was just like, "Yeah, I may have taken too many liberties and winged it a little too hard on that." Because there's a great video if you ever get the chance from Red Letter Media where they cover episode 1 and they talk about the behind the scenes, and the first screening of that film with the people involved in that film, they all hated it and they all trashed the heck out of it the first time they saw it. Just like there are people sitting there like they couldn't believe how bad it was.
Man,
they were in shock.
That's the thing about George Lucas. He's directed one good movie. That's it.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's not even that good. Like
true.
Star
Which one are you
Wars
saying
4.
is good? The
Star
4
Wars
or 5?
4.
4.
So Star Wars 4 is it's good in a way, but it's also kind of a simple movie, and it was like good enough. To like be a classic.
Yeah, people still love
But like
it.
it's
right?
not that great compared to like episode
It's not
5.
the Empire Strikes Back, right? It's
No.
not. It's
in
not
terms
the
of
classic.
in terms of like good directing, no. And that's like
Right.
that's the only movie he ever did that was ever good.
That's the sad thing about Star Wars. Star Wars is cooler than the movies are. Like,
Like
when
the
I think of
idea.
Star Wars, I don't remember the movies. I remember like the video games and like the lore around it.
I know what you mean.
That like
Yeah, like the universe
sad-
itself.
yeah,
right?
the world that guy like bumbled into is awesome.
Yeah,
but
it
then
is.
whatever he's doing,
He is a billionaire. He's like Stan Lee, you know. He wouldn't.
Oh
wouldn't,
no! I just realized
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
I was literally about to end the episode, and then you talked about someone dying, which means we have to end the episode. That always happens.
yeah, we always end
death.
episodes with people dying.
We always
died.
end on
R.I.P.
death.
Stan Lee.
Yep. Rest in
Wait,
peace.
but on the
Death.
bright
was
side,
iconic.
I heard. So I was listening to a podcast about the Venom movie, and Stan Lee did a cameo in that. And the guy was like, "Oh, that was a fitting like last cameo for Stan Lee because he was like he had like a bunch of lines." But it turns out they like filmed like 12 or so endings like Stan Lee cameos already. So he's probably gonna be in more movies,
Oh
Well,
man.
he'll be in the Avengers, right? He'll be in the new one.
possibly if this rumor is true.
I mean,
If not-
I assume.
They were like, he's getting old, you guys. We
Yeah,
gotta film
they
all these
were like-
now.
Yeah,
Well, he's gonna-
yeah. He was old, man.
He
95.
was in his 90s. That's really good.
Yeesh, man. But
Yeah, he really was.
yeah, he'll probably be in the Avengers Endgame. I don't think he'll be in the next Spider-Man because that's like 2020, I think. So
Yeah, I don't know when they like filmed all those. It'd be hard to
Yeah.
look that far ahead in the script.
yeah,
and, like,
it'll be
production
nice
and
to
stuff
see.
like that.
I'm sure they'll do like a tribute to him and like in the end credits and stuff. That'll be nice. But
Okay. We need to wrap up this episode. So
don't ever tell me what to do. This isn't your
after
podcast. I'm
your
still
opinion,
mad.
it's
I'm
like,
still mad.
I'm the host. I'm the host of the podcast now. Don't you ever talk to me.
Like I don't know how
Talk
to get
trash
over
about Lord
this.
of the Rings.
Nick's like, I'm the host now.
I'm
I say
leaving.
what
You know what? I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm getting out of here.
You're
This
off
is-
the podcast.
That's fine.
You're not even gonna do plugs. Get out of here. Leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Let's do plugs. Michael, plugs.
My name is Michael, and follow me on Instagram, MyKolDimas. That's Michael Demas, and you can see all the stuff I do on there. Oh, check out my band's Christmas album, Keycentric. It's called The Day After Christmas, I think. I should probably look that up.
Michael, you have the worst plugs ever.
Yeah. Why can't you
They're
do it
always
well,
like,
Michael?
it's like it'd be like me saying, "Dude, you should check out my Instagram. It's Luke. I think it's Luke. Actually, I don't remember. You should check it out though." And it's
Yeah.
like, all right.
Whatever it is. Yeah, so check out The Day After Christmas by Keycentric. That song's dope. Silent Night's my favorite
At
song
least I
on
think
there.
it's key-centric.
I think it
I
is.
don't remember my band name.
We're starting another band called Bandcentric, and we're going to kick out the
One of,
keyboard
these,
player.
one of these days,
Check
you're
him
gonna
out
be
on
like,
Cox.
you're gonna be like, hey, everyone, my name's Michael. I think my name is.
Pretty much.
All right, sorry, trashing your plugs.
Also, I'm looking at my sound waves right now. This is the most I've ever yelled. Like my signal has peaked so many times in this episode.
love
Dude,
it.
mine
I love
is mine's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it. That's great. That's one of the goals of this podcast.
Yep.
All right, Nick.
You can follow me at Luke Sucks a Big Ding Dong on Instagram. No, I love drumming. No G at the end. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. My Twitter's locked down, so don't bother. But I am going to be in a few bands now, so I'll be posting probably more live stuff rather than recordings. Yeah, that's it.
Woo. Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at Luke Roxwold, LukeRocks. Oh, RocksWold.
I forgot how you spell your name.
I have
think it's
been slamming Instagram. I've been
Slam.
posting twice a day
Wow.
videos that I've edited, color corrected. It's cool. I'm actually really liking what I've been doing with my Instagram. So definitely check it out. Give me a follow because I would really like that because I'm working hard. Also, you can follow my YouTube channel, Luke Roxwold Vlogs, and you can follow my Twitter at Luke Roxwold. But I really don't use YouTube or Twitter anymore, so follow my Instagram because that's what I use. Everything
Yeah,
that
I-
I'm doing is on Instagram.
I stopped using YouTube also. It's too much work
Yeah,
for too little.
YouTube isn't. No one's posting on YouTube anymore. Let's not get into this. You can follow our podcast at WAITSB Podcast. We would love to hear from you. Send us some messages and interact with us. Anything on Instagram, tag us. I would love to share things from people. Also, leave us a review on iTunes. Like I said, scroll all the way to the bottom after searching We're All in the Same Boat and hit 5 stars. That's it, everybody. Thanks
Unless
for
you
being
have
on the podcast.
Android.
Yeah, you mentioned losers with Android. It's like
Stupid
with
pixels.
your freaking rooted Pixel Google phones.
Google phone that can like shoot lasers. Get out of here. That crap.
That's right. No one even cares if you have an Android. Guys, thank you for being on the podcast. 3, 2, 1.
I'm good.
Outro.
Outro.
Get off. You're off the podcast.
I'm just mad at you. I can't believe you said that. I'm just so mad at
This
you.
is the worst episode.
My sound
Mixed
waves
feelings.
are off the fucking charts.
I've never seen this many spikes in my sound waves ever.